Josh Klingler is our Kansas insider and joins us from Lawrence. And Josh, let's step back and look at the big picture here from last night's win. They've now won 3 straight games, 2 are on the road, 2 are against ranked opponents. Has this team turned a corner?
Yeah, they seemingly have flipped the switch come conference play, and suddenly 10 days ago, this was a team that was 9-4 after the non-conference, and people said maybe this is the year that Kansas has enough that somebody can go get them. Well, they take 3 in a row, 2 games on the road, as you mentioned, a top 10 win last night, and suddenly 10 days later, they're the only unbeaten right now in the Big 12 Conference. So the road, for all intents and purposes, still goes through Lawrence for the Big 12 title.
And another big test coming up against Oklahoma State coming up this weekend. Josh, over the past month, Andrew Wiggins has averaged 15 points, 6.5 rebounds a game. Another freshman, Joel Embiid, is averaging 13.5 points per game, but 8.5 rebounds. So who's more valuable to this team right now, Wiggins or Embiid?
Well, I still think it's Andrew Wiggins long term. He's going to have to be their go-to guy, their leading scorer. But there aren't many people in the conference that can match up with Joel Embiid and the size overall inside of Kansas. But if Embiid's going on both ends of the floor, he's a tough matchup for anybody. A defensive force at one end and shows new moves every day and is a blossoming offensive game. Hit a 3, in fact, this past week as well. So he's starting to expand his range a little bit. He's a very dangerous matchup for just about every team in the Big 12.
All right, Josh, let's expand this discussion now over the entire conference. Jordan Cornette is here in studio to offer his take. So, Josh, the question to you then, who is the best team in the Big 12?
I think it's obvious, right? The 3-0 team that's just waiting and staring down at the standings like they are each and every year. It has to come through Lawrence right now, and Kansas has already asserted itself through 1 week.
Obvious. Josh, they're not even the best team in the state of Kansas, let alone the Big 12. Wichita State, hello. But when you talk about the Big 12, it's Oklahoma State. That backcourt is the best in all the land. It's incredibly physical. They're so efficient offensively. They get whatever they want. Sure, now they're lacking size with Cobbins out, and that's going to present a problem when you go against Kansas with Embiid. But look at what they did against this Texas basketball team. Texas, much bigger basketball team. They got beat up on the boards. Texas killed them there. But you know what they did? They got to the free throw line. They were aggressive. They're so physical with the perimeter. It makes up for the lack of size. Josh, you're nuts. Oklahoma State is the best team in the Big 12.
Hey, I'm going to be Bill Self and one. They're not playing Wichita State. Doesn't matter where they are right now.
But you're Big Bad Kansas. But you're Big Bad Kansas, so it doesn't matter, right? You're the best in the state. You're the best in the Big 12. You're talking about Wichita State. You're talking about Wichita State now. Wichita State is better than Kansas. That's where the state of the program's at.
You're comparing Kansas to Texas, for goodness sakes. In basketball? In basketball? No.
Oh, no, now I'm telling – okay, now let's get back on track. We're talking about Oklahoma State now. Answer that question. Come Saturday, who wins that basketball game at the Fieldhouse?
You talk about the matchup of the guards. I'll ask you, who matches up with the bigs inside when you're throwing Joel Embiid and Perry Ellis and guys off the bench in Tarek Black and Jamari Traylor? They can throw bigs at you in waves. Nobody can contend with that.
Texas is one of the biggest basketball teams in college, baby, and they still got killed on the backboard, got killed in the interior. The guards were able to get it done. They don't make mistakes. They take care of the basketball. Those guards draw fouls and they hit their free throws. That's the difference. That's the difference, Josh. The bigs don't matter when it comes to Oklahoma State. It's the perimeter play.
Well, and we'll see how the guards match up, too. In addition to Andrew Wiggins being the leading scorer, they have also shifted him to some big-time defensive assignments. Wouldn't be surprised if he gets some looks against Marcus Smart coming up on Saturday. It'd be really fun to watch.
Well, at the start of the season, guys, I don't think it was really any question Kansas was the #1 team. They've had their stumbles, but as we talked about, perhaps they've turned the corner. But here we are into January, mid-January, and it's still a debate and a good one. And it will be settled, at least for the time being, this Saturday, Oklahoma State and Kansas. Josh, always a pleasure. Thanks very much.
Short term, it'll be settled.
That's right.
He got the last word.
Always, yeah, he did. He did. Thanks again, Josh Klingler, for joining us.